Hello everyone, welcome back to Barossa Valley Crafts. Today we're going to make a card called an explosion card. So when you give it to your recipient, it will look like just a normal card. And then they can hold it here, and when they open it, little bits fly everywhere. The card you love to give, but some people hate to receive. So a little bit of fun. So let me show you how this card is done. I'll just put that aside. Now I'm going to save all these hearts because we can use them again in a moment. So it is done by We Are Memory Keepers, and it's called an explosion card punch board. And it comes with the board, a scoring tool, some rubber bands, some stamps, and a book of instructions. But if you're anything like me, a visual is easier to do than reading. So let's show you how this was made. So to start with, you need a piece of card that is 12 by 12 inches. Now on the board you will see it's numbered 1 to 8. So we're going to score on all of those lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then flip the card over and rotate it clockwise and repeat that from 1 to 7. We're not going to worry about 8 on this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, what I've done a bit earlier just to make it easier, we're now going to trim the card. We're going to trim it on these blue lines. So you can use this, if you've got a cutting board, you can use that, but we're going to trim it on these blue lines, and this is going to give us the card that's on the inside. So this is the actual pop-up mechanism. Keep this bit that you cut out because we need another piece of card that's going to be 5 inches by 5 inches, and we can get that out of that card. Okay, so there we go. Just move that out of the way. So that then gives us this piece here. So what we do then is bring our board back, and on the board you'll see here, it's very hard to see, but it's got like envelope written there, box and tray. We're going to use the box part at the moment, so we're going to line this up in the box section and punch, flip it over and do that again, and then we're going to do the same on the other corner. So lining it up and punch, flip it over and do it again there. Now you'll find under here you've got some little hearts and things. Keep those because we're going to use those in the card. So now we're going to put some glue on here. So just pop a bit of glue in those little triangle bits. And then folding them on the score line in the centre of them onto each other, like so. And do the same again on the other end. me just pop the lid on my glue so it doesn't dry out. And then where the little hearts are, just snip that little piece there where it's joining the heart. And then we're going to fold it basically inside out. So we're going to fold it there and there. And fold that back there and that to there. And then fold on the centre line. We'll get the scoring tool and we'll just burnish those folds a bit. Right, and then you'll see you've got a tab here. We're going to put some double-sided tape on that tab. If I can find the start, here we go. You can glue it, but I just think the tape is probably a little bit more secure and you don't have to wait for that to dry like you would glue. And it's going to have a bit of pressure on there, so it needs to be fairly well stuck together. And just get the backing off it. And then fold that flap over there. And that will then give you your inner box. Alrighty, so now we'll just pop that aside and we'll get the other pieces ready. So the next one you need is a piece that's 5 inches by 5 inches, and you'll see there it's got the word tray. So we're going to pop it into that little tray slot and score it at number 5, flip it around and score it again at number 5, and then turn your board around, and here you'll see it says tray. So we're going to line that up where it says tray and punch and flip it over and do the same thing. Again, keep your little hearts. Then trim that away from the edge to the little heart. And again on the other side. And this is where we're going to use the little stamp that's included with these. We're going to stamp on there, pull here. And somewhere here I've got, there we go. So I'll just put that on here. Ink it up. And stamp that on there. So that's now ready to go. Now we're going to make the envelope. So the envelope is 8 inches by 8 inches. And you'll see here it's got a little envelope from that corner to this corner. So we're going to pop that in here and score at number 3 and number 4. Flip your card around. Oh, I've got ink on my fingers and I've now just transferred it to the paper. And do that again. So score it at 3 and at 4. And that will give you your little envelope. So now we're just going to snip out these corners where they meet. You don't have to do this, it just makes it a little bit neater when you fold the envelope up. And the last one. Right, and then we're going to fold the card, so we'll just pop the ends in. And fold that one over. And then we're going to put a bit of glue just down here and on the other side. that a good press so it's stuck together. Okay, now we'll just pop that. Oh, before we put that aside, we're going to, with the stamps again, we're going to use this one that says hold here. I'll just ink that up and put that on the front, down the bottom of the envelope. Okay, try not to touch it too much so I don't get ink everywhere again. Now we'll just pop that aside. So now we're going to go back to our little box. And with the bag of rubber bands, you only need one rubber band. We're going to slot it into where those little hearts are inside. So do that on that side and put another one in on that side. And that will now become our mechanism for popping it up when they pull it out. So then with our little tray, on the bottom score line, fold that up. And when you're putting this together, make sure you do it so that you're stretching the rubber band. But before we do that, this is the one thing I have found to make it work better. I'm actually going to put some adhesive here so that, I'll make sure I've got it on the right side. Yep, so it's going to go on this side here so that it sort of holds it in place. I found when I was doing it that it wasn't exploding properly, and by attaching this to the inside made a big difference. So again, make sure when you're attaching that it will still stretch your rubber band when you put it together. Okay, I've just got to move it up a bit. I've got it a bit too low. Hopefully it hasn't set too much. Whoops. No, that's all right, we can get that off. I'll just pop a bit more glue on there. I didn't allow for the fold and put it too low. So I'll just go above, just above that fold line. There we go. Now we'll flip over. And then that will sit in your envelope, like so. And then what I did was I just got some scrap paper and I've cut out lots of little hearts. And I'm going to put all those little hearts into here. Now, if you were doing this for maybe a wedding, you could fill it with confetti. If you were doing it for Halloween, you could fill it with little spiders and insects. Okay, so there we go. So now it's all done, ready to give to a recipient. Let me just pop that in there. So when you give it to the person that you're giving it to, they will go, okay, oh, well, there you go, I made a mistake here. Hold here should have been on the back of the envelope, not the front. And then when they pull it out, it will go everywhere. Let me try that again. I didn't do that very successfully. Maybe I didn't have it in properly. So pop it together. Grab all our little hearts. And put them in the envelope. There we go. So when they open it, there we go. That's a bit better. So just a little bit of fun. And you could decorate this part of it. You can decorate to suit the occasion that it's for. So just limited by your imagination in what you can do. Look, I hope you've enjoyed that. Now, this one I actually got from Image Plus Scrapbook Superstore in Tassie. So I'll add the link in the description where to buy the explosion card punch board. And if you've enjoyed this, give me the thumbs up And please come and join us on our Facebook groups, either Card Making for Beginners and Beyond or Barossa Valley Crafts, and share your crafts with us. Thank you for joining me. Bye.